President, ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to represent Syria government to speak. The first thing to be clear is that while most of the refugees are heading for European countries, the vast majority are migrating not because of economic problems, but security concerns. Most Syrians have been displaced by the deteriorating security situation. In fact, at the beginning, most Syrians were more likely to seek a domestic safe place rather than abroad. Then, as the security situation across the country became much worse, those fleeing the fighting sought refuge in neighboring countries before finally trying to escape to Europe. So, ladies and gentlemen, what is causing the conflict in Syria? Who started all this? The current situation in Syria has a great deal to do with the West's irresponsible efforts to foment color revolution. There is no denying that they bear an inescapable responsibility for the current refugee crisis. However, Western politicians and media continue to smear and demonize the Syrian government, even fabricating evidence. They have turned a blind eye to the atrocity of the rebel forces and applied a naked double standard. On the other hand, Western governments and NGOs say that they are spending many resources in Syria. Did they provide food and milk to Syrian children? Or provide guns and ammunition to rebels and even terrorists? The answer is obvious. Therefore, we call on the West to immediately end its support for the rebels and terrorists, end the civil war as soon as possible, and begin the national reconstruction of Syria. Only in this way can the refugee problem be fundamentally solved. Finally, I also want to talk to my fellow Syrians who lost their homes. It is time to go home. The government will not impose any penalties on nationals who left the country because of war. Only the people who engaged in terrorist and illegal political activities will be punished. So, please go home. The war is almost over. Reconstruction is underway. The government will do everything it can to ensure the safety of war. Come home and rebuild with us together.